All right. Giants select outside linebacker edge Azeez Ojulari out of Georgia. Another Georgia Bulldog, 6'3", 240 pounds in 2020 in 10 games, 31 tackles, 9.5 sacks, 12.5 tackles for loss. Before we get into him as a player, how about the Giants becoming the kings of trade downs? Again, we now have 10 picks in 2022. And we talked about it earlier. Not 10 picks because we have 4 7th-rounders. We have 2 firsts, a second, 2 thirds, 2 fourths, and then our 5th, 6th, and 7th. So I feel really good about that, man. I feel really good about having those picks. But anyways, Azeez Ojulari is somebody that was rumored to the Giants in round one. So to get him here is ideal. Now, me and you both did like Joseph Asai more than him, but to get this guy at pick 50, who is like, he's the best scheme fit for the Giants, and that's why he was talked about in the first round, because even out of all the edge guys that went before this, Joe Tryon was a good scheme fit, but Azeez Ojulari was like the scheme fit that was always like put to the Giants.
Yeah, and so just some more advanced numbers on Azeez Ojulari. Bobby already said 9.5 sacks in 2020, 12.5 tackles for loss in 2020. Also had 8 QB hits, 20 QB hurries in 2020, 25 QB hurries in 2019. There was just a little bit more snaps that he took in 2019, probably involving, maybe just a shorter season or whatnot. Bobby, Azeez is the best speed rusher in this draft class. So a lot of people were worried about taking an edge, and are we going to take an edge too early in this draft class, and are we going to force a position of need and a scheme fit? Well, Bobby, you can't, while the edge class isn't exactly exciting overall in this 2021 draft class, Azeez is the best pure speed edge rusher in this draft class, and also the best move that he has is that hand swipe, hand chop, get your hands off of me move. So he does have a little bit of pass rushing moves, and obviously he does need to develop a little bit more. And the Georgia Bulldog relationship continues with a bunch of players on this roster, particularly on the defense, with Lorenzo Carter, with Tay Crawford, as Dave Gettleman would like to say, and Andrew Thomas on the offensive side of the ball too. So best speed rusher, and this is what the Giants are looking for. Scheme fit, you talked about, a guy that can drop back into coverage, a guy that can play the run pretty well. And I think Azeez Ojulari automatically becomes the best I don't want to say the best all-around edge rusher, but I think he becomes the best pass rusher on the team right now.
Yeah, I would agree, especially with Lorenzo Carter and Oshane Ximines coming back from injuries.
Yep.
Morris in this player, like you said, he does like that two-handed, swipe move. So he needs to work on moves, because if he can't bend the corner, he kind of gets taken out. And that was why I really didn't want him in the first round, because Alex Leatherwood and Stone Forsythe had really good results versus him, just pushing him around the corner. So he needs to work on those hands a little bit. And then in the pass, like, he drops in the coverage and he's like pretty damn good at it and can make plays in it. And something me and you liked about Marcus Golden was, like, he may not be the greatest pass rusher in the world, but if you put a tight end on, he's going to make him look silly every time. Yep. I think that's the type of player that Azeez Ojulari is in the run game. He does a decent job setting the edge. If you pull against him, he will shut that down. I mean, there's plays of him, against Deontay Brown, stonewalling Deontay Brown.
Yep.
versus Alabama. So it's a really good scheme fit for pick 50. It's really good value. I mean, this is a guy that we were worried about in the first round, and I think that put some stink on him for us, because it's like, hopefully not in the first round, but here at pick 50, after trading down at, I've always viewed interior offensive line as our biggest need, but outside linebacker is our weakest spot. So it's going to be interesting. Somebody's not going to make this team at that spot. There's Lorenzo Carter, Oshane Ximines, Ryan Anderson they just signed. I think he might be a surprise cut. Efedi Odenegbo, I think he's going to be a hand-in-the-dirt guy, but they may pit him as a stand-up. Carter Coughlin, Cam Brown. There's going to be some guys that people like that don't make this team. But again, the Giants add another Georgia Bulldog. They love their dogs, and I appreciate that. So Azeez Ojulari, New York Giants. Welcome to the New York Giants. Let's go Big Blue.